guys, Xfox here. Check it out again. This is going to be another quick Diablo 3 sort of patch notes, up and coming expansion, speculation, all that good stuff. So, if you guys have checked out my other videos, I've been talking a lot about some of the sort of officially released patch notes, and there's a few sites that I go through from time to time to check out some of the pre-stuff, right, before it's even there, before most people can get their hands on the actual expansion. So I still don't know when it's going to come out. I haven't seen a release date yet. If any of you guys know, definitely leave it down in the comments for all the other subs to check out. But I often go to DiabloFans.com. You guys actually can see it up here in the background. No, I'm not associated with it in any way. But I usually go to it just to check out on some of the latest news, because actually a friend was telling me about it, or I think I seen it on Reddit, where somehow somebody got the client, the actual beta client for the test or whatever, and they were data mining it, and they actually found out some pretty cool things. So there's way too much to cover in this video on everything that I've read about, but I really want to go over some of the new items and some of the item stats and sort of what they do, and maybe a little bit of speculation on how they actually act. So check it out again, Diablo fans. I'm actually going to scroll down this list, and it goes over quite a few things. If you guys look, it goes over everything from the actual changes to all the class skills, such as the Barbarian, the Monk, the Witch Doctor. I'm not going to go over them all. You can see, basically, if you guys want to see if a move that you guys have used in the past or a build you've used in the past works, check it out. It'll show you guys here. Some of these things have gone over some pretty big changes as to what they do. Some of them are just minor tweaks, or some of them are even actual nerfs that I was reading. But the big one that I want to show you guys is, let me keep scrolling down here, is, well, if I can get to it, here we go, right here. Also, just a quick note, guys, I mean, if you guys are waiting for the expansion to come out, don't even go to this site, because it tells you the bosses, it gives you the models of what they look like, it tells you the axe, it tells you all these different things that are inside the actual DLLs, like such things as the ladder system, paragon level values, guilds, guild leaders, all that stuff. I don't know what it all means, but maybe for some of you guys can take a quick idea and say, oh wow, now they have guilds and ladders and hero stats and all this stuff. Maybe get a good idea for exactly what's going to be in the patch. But you guys can see here, group invites. It looks like they've actually done a lot to the chat system. As we all know, the chat system sort of sucks. So just going down here, you guys can see, of course, here's a lot of the bosses, and you guys can see. But I want to show you guys here, right here. So about halfway through the page, or depending on when you guys watch this, it's going to be old. But this is going to show you guys some of the actual unique items in this expansion that's coming out. Maybe some of these might not be there, or they're going to change, but as of now, some of these are actually really, really cool. If you sort of go down here, you guys can see, shrine effects last until death, prevent 100% of arcane damage taken, and heal yourself to the amount prevented. There's also, I've seen these rings right here, you guys can see, basically prevent any one of these type of damages. Cold, fire, lightning, poison, and then that gets just basically re-added as health. And I think the fire one is actually pretty great, because a lot of the elite mobs, right? Some of the ones that are always the toughest are the ones that have like the desecrator, and I think that does fire damage, and they do the fire change. So really, if you have one of these, man, you're gonna be able to do, pretty much just mob over a lot of the ones, because really the fire damage ones, the ones where I stand in the desecrator stuff, is the ones that basically do the most damage to my monk. And just going down here, you turn it. Here's one you turn into a treasure goblin or pony. I mean, I don't know. Pets deal 100% more damage. Again, if you guys can look at these, this one I've been very, very interested in here, which is going to be the Mystic Ally mirrors your attacks. So that's going to be pretty sweet, because if your Mystic Ally is also doing, like Sweeping Wind or something like that, is it also going to mirror all of your stun attacks and things like that? I don't know. It's going to be pretty cool to see. Just going down here, a lot of this stuff right here. Gain 15% increased damage for 3 seconds after blocking an attack. So some of these things are really, really good for barbs or anybody else who blocks, which I think barb is probably like the only one. Bunch of stuff here. Reduce the duration of controlling impairing effects by 17%. This is going to be huge for my build right here. If this is an actual item, guys, damage is increased by 15% for targets that are slowed or stunned. So the one stun, perma-stun monk thing that I've been testing out, wow, it's sort of like free damage. But the tough part is here is which ring am I going to get away? I'm not going to get rid of the Natalia's ring because it does give me the 7% crit. But what's better, 15% extra damage on top? I don't know. But if you keep going down some of these, again, these things are very, very cool depending on what it is you're trying to do. And I hope they come out with more of these items, such as these unique items, spoilers later on, so we can see some of the, maybe get an idea of some of the cool things that are to come and maybe some of the cool builds. And it just makes me think that, if this is the only thing that it does, there's got to be more to it, right? Because you really, I think this is the big one that I want to show too. Enable all runes for a specific skill. I don't know if that enables all of them, even though that your level is not there, or if you get all of the runes activated at one time. That would be pretty crazy. But the thing is that would also be a good trade-off for not having dexterity and things like that added. I think these rings will be really, really nice if they do give you dex and vit and things like that, as well as the effect. It might be a little OP, but something like this ring right here, if it just gave you all the effects of a specific skill, that's actually a pretty good trade-off, I think. Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave it in the comments. Again, there's a lot of stuff here on Diablo Fans. I keep updating this all the time. I tend to go here from time to time just to check out some of the new stuff that's coming out. So go ahead and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already.